You think you know me.
Well, everyone, welcome back to Mind Blow Monday. Yep, we're continuing the thing we did last time. So, here we are, talking about Edge. The ultimate opportunist, the rated R superstar, cool guy. So, the reason this wrestler means so much to me is because his whole situation, it's a very unique one. So I touched on this in the intro video a little bit, but as time goes on, it's less of a performer coming out and portraying a character, and it's more of the performer just being themselves as it goes on. And that seems to be a very true statement when it comes to Edge, because when it comes to his story and the stuff he went through, it was real life stuff that happened that got in the way. That's what makes it so powerful when he does do the things he does, because he fights through real life issues and still makes things happen. So, if you don't know, the story of what happened, well, I'll tell you my personal experience with the story. So, as a child, I grew up watching wrestling. I'm a little child, little baby. And one of the most popular wrestlers is Edge. He's been wrestling since the 90s at that point. So it's been almost 20 years, I would imagine, around that time. It would be less than 20, but yeah, getting to 20, over 15. And this wrestler was super popular. The fan favorite, everyone loved him. And let me tell you, this guy's theme is literally one of the best of all time. Oh my god. I can't tell you how many times I've listened to his theme. So yeah, ultimate theme. Let me tell you, it is phenomenal, and even after everything he's gone through, it works even better. So yeah, that little theme bit I did at the beginning, and I did in the in the intro video too. Or no, I did it in the grind video, whatever. That it's his theme. It's his theme, the beginning of his theme. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. So, yeah. But yeah, back in the day, Edge was the fan favorite, and then something happened. So he, at the time, was the heavyweight champion. He was a world champion. So yes, he was one of the top guys. The best guys. Guys who can't be defeated. Top guy. Cool guy. Awesome. Then, something happened. He seemingly injured his neck during a certain match, during some kind of thing. He injured his neck, and he came out in front of a crowd during a show, and he announced that due to medical complications, he had to retire. He had to retire and be done with wrestling. I was just a kid at the time, watching this happen, and it broke my heart. So sad. I mean, I wasn't there for his whole career. I was only starting to watch him just recently, but I knew how much the fans loved him, and I knew he had a big history of doing crazy things. And he was the champ. He was the world champ. He beat people for that. He was unbeatable. He was a big deal. And this poor guy had to come out in front of a crowd and announce that he had to retire. There was no other options. He was too injured, and he had to retire. If he continued to wrestle, he would probably be paralyzed for life, or maybe even just lose his life doing it. Scary stuff. Very sad. Broke my heart. Very sad to see. After that, his friend, his lifetime friend and partner for a while, Christian, went on to kind of kick ass for a bit in honor of him, and he became the world champion for a bit there. But yeah, for a while, Edge had to retire, and it was very sad. And for that gap, for that while he was gone, wrestling changed a lot. It was still pretty good for a while. It was still pretty good, pretty awesome. But then somewhere around 2014 to 2015, things kind of went off the rails and things kind of started going downhill. Just wasn't the same, wasn't as good as it used to be. And I started to lose interest in it. And one of the reasons I did was because, well, there wasn't a character like Edge. There wasn't a character that everybody loved and everybody could cheer for. There just seemingly wasn't. If you followed WWE at the time, you would know that there was a certain person they were trying to make the big fan favorite hero, and it wasn't working. It was very bad. Wasn't going as planned. Yeah. So, wasn't a fan of that stuff. So eventually, I just stopped watching it. I actually just stopped watching it and was done with it for a while. Until I heard some rumors, some news in 2020 that the impossible was going to happen. Edge was going to return. I brushed it off. I was like, that's impossible. That's not happening. Those are just rumors. You guys are lying. You're making it up. But come Royal Rumble 2020, it happened. That music kicked in. Edge returned. After being gone for like 10 years, he returned and he kicked ass like never before. When I heard that happened, I went right back into watching wrestling again and got right back into everything. And of course, the guy I was watching the most during that stuff, Edge. I had to see that guy kick some ass and come back again. And it was amazing to see that. He went on to win the 2021 Royal Rumble from position number 1, which the Royal Rumble has been a thing for what, like 20 years? I think 2 people have done that. Maybe 3. 3 people have done that. Been going on for over 20 years. That's happened maybe, 2, possibly 3 times. So Edge pulled off something so insanely difficult, but he did it because he's that badass. That's what it's all about. Edge won the Royal Rumble, and then he went on to be a part of the main event of WrestleMania, and it was amazing. It was amazing to watch all this stuff happen. It was amazing to see this guy come back and kick so much ass. Great stuff. And he is still kicking ass to this day. He's still doing it. He's still amazing. His theme is amazing. And it's all great. Now that you know the story, let's talk about the theme a little bit. The reason it works so well is because there's progression throughout the theme. Obviously, the big pop opening is awesome, but then after that, the lyrics say, I've been beaten down, been beaten up, I dropped to my knees, lost it all, and it's time for me to change my ways. And then cool chorus happens again, and then after that, I'll never long for what might have been. I'm not wasting my life again, not doing that stuff. I want it back, and I'll fight to remain. Cool chorus again. And yeah. Fear will kill me, all I could be. No one can stop me. Cool chorus. Yeah. It's great. When you have all that and you compare it to his actual story, it makes sense. He got beat up, it was a bad situation, and it seemed like his career was over, and he had to change something. But he came back. He came back. As the song says, he wants it back and he'll fight to remain, and he did that. He won't let fear stop him, he won't let anything stop him. He's gonna keep kicking ass no matter what. The reason this story really speaks to me is because I actually went through somewhat similar things. I have a background in martial arts and whatnot. I like doing that stuff, and in the future that could probably help me out with filmmaking and whatnot, choreographing fights and stuff like that. That'll be pretty cool. And during my time doing martial arts, I found out late on that I actually have some medical conditions and whatnot. It's very minor, it's not that big of a deal, but to hear that there actually are complications, and, you know, maybe it's not best for you to keep doing what you're doing and sparring people and taking shots to the head and whatnot. Maybe you shouldn't be doing that. It was a scary time for me, and I thought I was gonna have to, stop doing what I was doing and whatnot. And at the time, I was an instructor, someone that kids were supposed to look up to, and I felt like I would be letting the kids down if I had to stop doing what I was doing. Felt like I was edge to them, I was someone that people could look up to, and if I can't do what I want to do, if I can't be that hero, put on that performance and kick ass like him, then I'd be letting people down. But I decided to do just what Edge did, not let things hold me back and not let that stuff stop what I was doing, and I kept kicking ass, and I kept being cool, and it all worked out. So, I'm gonna keep watching Edge. He hinted that he might be retiring after another year or so. He has another year in him, but after that he might be stepping down for good. He is getting a little older. And he said he's gonna at least do one more show in his hometown. So, at least one more year rotation, no question about that. And I'm going to watch it till it's ending, and I'll be there every step of the way. And I'll keep kicking ass myself. You know what? Is the camera getting that? Hold on. Yeah! Don't let anything hold you back. Live your dreams, kick ass. Make McChickens, not war.